Coaster enthusiasts and the general public alike travel long and far for a chance to ride Goliath, a 200-foot tall B&M hypercoaster that has one of the best layouts out of many hypercoasters out there in the world, with a crazy and intense helix sequence. And Twisted Cyclone, the RMC hybrid coaster that debuted in 2018 that brought the thrills with a smaller jam-packed layout with the combinations of crazy inversions and highly intense elements, which make these two powerhouse coasters the talk of the town. But one attraction doesn't get the praise it deserves at Six Flags Over Georgia. That might arguably be one of the best rides at the park overall, including coasters, and on particular days, may even honestly be the third best ride in the park behind Goliath and Twisted Cyclone, and that being Acrophobia. Let me explain. 1984, the Great Six Flags Air Racers was introduced to the British section of the park at Six Flags Over Georgia, standing at 135 feet tall. The Air Racers were an Intamin barnstormer which took guests high in the sky, sitting in airplanes as they would ascend up, gravitating in the air at 35 miles per hour, lasting 2.5 minutes. These Air Racers were highly enjoyable amongst guests, kids, and adults alike, would all flock to the attraction to soar in the air and capture the amazing views of Six Flags Over Georgia's skyline. This attraction would continue to please parkgoers till the new millennium. Six Flags Over Georgia had many high-flying attractions with the likes of the Great Gasp and the Skyhook in the past, but coming into the 2000s, Six Flags had plans to add on to the park skyline by adding $16 million acquisitions to the park that would bring hype, anticipation, and thrills for years to come. Six Flags Over Georgia's big plan was to add Deja Vu, a Vekoma giant inverted boomerang, and a one-of-a-kind floorless tilting gyro drop tower named Acrophobia. Deja Vu and Acrophobia, the $16 million acquisitions, were supposed to come to the park for the unofficial beginning of summertime of Memorial Day weekend of 2001. Due to some of the track being delayed, the testing needed to commence along with some other issues with testing later on. Six Flags, for the safety and best experience of the ride for guests, decided to postpone the opening date of one of two of their big attractions, Deja Vu, to Saturday, September 1st, 2001. With only having one major product still on track to open up during their normal release timeframe of around Memorial Day weekend, it was up to the other major project in the work that was definitely considered like a little brother in the shadows of a big brother, an underdog to hold it down and bring the excitement. It was now up to Acrophobia to bring Six Flags a profit and to keep the guests at least satisfied. Acrophobia, located in what is now known as the Peachtree Square location of the park, was very highly received and with great reviews when it first opened up at the park. Although guests were happy for the new additions coming to Six Flags Over Georgia, they were highly anticipating the hype of Deja Vu, but what ended up happening after the continuous delays with Deja Vu and it being postponed to September of that year, it allowed both rides to shine on their own, which worked out very well for the park in a way that they didn't expect. Acrophobia kicked down the door and blew all expectations for the ride completely out of the water, making the ride an instant and terrifying hit for guests, where many would travel long and far to get a chance to experience it. This article by Ann Fawcett stating in the Atlanta Constitution that Six Flags has questioned about Deja Vu's progress, but visitors have been appeased by the opening of Acrophobia, with a Six Flags rep mentioning that we've delivered on one incredible ride this year, so guests have been really happy with that. Acrophobia is extremely unique and rare, being that it is the world's first intimate floorless tilting gyro drop tower in the world, and is not only one of two in the world and the only one in North America. Meaning, if you want to experience the thrill and hype of a drop tower like this on this continent, then you have to visit the state of Georgia at Six Flags Over Georgia, while the other one is located in Europe at Movie Park Germany in Germany. Acrophobia stands at 200 feet tall and slowly ascends up, rotating riders counterclockwise, giving a very unique 360-degree aerial view experience of the park. As passengers reach the top after spinning and ascending up, they begin to tilt forward 15 degrees, instead of just dropping feet first, bracing and feeling the weightlessness of the drop tower. This drop tower tilting you forward, therefore you see a little bit more of where you are headed, straight down, and that adds on to the gut-crunching, frightening thrills of this ride. As the ascent gets even slower and the spinning stops, you're left there at the top, at the hands and mercy of the ride operator as they tease you from below, and you're up there 200 feet that makes you feel that you're 1,000 feet up in the air, waiting and wondering, oh so anxiously, terrified, wondering when will I drop, plummeting roughly 60 miles per hour, freely dropping to the ground, creating an unbelievable adrenaline rush. In all actuality, Acrophobia does stand at 200 feet tall, but the drop is actually 161 feet. The ride technology is quite advanced, making very safe for riders. Intamin, the manufacturers of Acrophobia, designed the ride with a lift system that could lock and release the 65,000-pound seating ring that guests sit on that lift them spiraling up and dropping them down. Acrophobia has 4 AC drive drive motors. An AC drive is a device that is used to control the speed of an electric motor. The speed is controlled by changing the frequency of the electrical supply to the motor. The three-phase voltage in the national electrical grid connected to a motor creates a rotating magnetic field in it, which in regards to acrophobia, 4 powerful AC drive motors are used to make the seating ring rotate guests upward as they head up to the top. Acrophobia does a 360-degree rotation. The AC motors drive the seating ring up with passengers at 3 meters per second and up to 7 miles per hour.
A 360-degree rotation. Guide wheels such as these are what maintains the stability of the ride as it's in a rotation cycle.
The lift system, once it reaches the top, has the passengers suspended outward 15 degrees, now slightly facing towards the ground. Guests are held there for actually 20 seconds before the lift system releases the seating ring and guests plummet down at approximately 60 miles per hour.
To the pneumatic cylinder here that creates the 15-degree tilt.
So what stops them, you may ask, while they're dropping at such a rapid speed? Acrophobia has a very high-tech braking mechanism, with Intamin designing a magnetic braking system. Braking fins lining the base of the tower are made up of a mixture of steel and copper. The magnets in the ride's braking system are naturally repelled by the copper elements. Before the ride brakes, acrophobia causes 3 G's of force, causing amazing thrills as those G forces hit your body, causing you to laugh, be scared, and be at shock and awe at what you just experienced once safely on the ground. Acrophobia still holds strong 19 years later as a thrilling soul snatcher. Still many theme park enthusiasts, thrill junkies, and general public's favorite and must-do rides at the park. Acrophobia went through a different look in 2017 for Six Flags Over Georgia's 50th anniversary. Acrophobia's experience was turned into a VR one, as the ride's name during this time was changed to Drop of Doom. Riders would still embark 20 stories high in the air, but during this particular time, guests had Samsung VR headsets on that gave them the VR experience as if they were going up against a huge array of spiders that are crawling around trying to take over a major city. It is up to you as mech warrior soldiers to shoot down the spiders, destroying them, ultimately saving the city in the end, while trying to save the city from utter despair. VR spiders would be crawling all over you, but not in real life. In real life, you must continuously tap the side of your headset, which is how you fire your weapon at the pending doom that is taking place in the VR mayhem. Acrophobia is one of the best, rarest, and most unique drop towers in the entire world. If you ever get a chance to experience one of these gyro drop towers, then you know the many of voices that were left at the top of the tower, as acrophobia is ruthless and unforgiving, giving no chance to second guess or change your mind once strapped in. The feeling of forever ascending up with the 360-degree spin teases guests of the fright that ultimately will hit you as your fear of heights and the unknown take over your body, giving you a chilling feeling. No matter where you are in the park, or honestly, even right outside the gates, you can hear the screams long and far as the screams of hundreds of thousands of guests travel in the air and hit your ride, splashing in the sound waves of fun and enjoyment that can be heard around the park. As your day comes to an end, no matter if you were wave turning on Twisted Cyclone, mine training for gold on Dahlonega, or simply eating a meal and shake at Johnny Rockets, as you go to sleep at night after having a Six Flags day, you'll always remember hearing the daunting screams from acrophobia on the night air.
I'm like, hey, what's up? Hello. Acrophobia is 200 kilos. I'm about to tell y'all something that y'all didn't know. My hand is on the button, and y'all are about to go. You're up 200 feet, so don't let go.
So if you enjoyed the video, you can support the channel via Patreon, where we have all new live streams and exclusive content and giveaways that are dedicated to the patrons on the exclusive Miguel the Annual Passholder Patreon page. And also, if you like looking nice, you can support the channel via our merchandise shop at annualpassholder.shop. You can find amazing t-shirts and hoodies, such as this one, that you guys can purchase for the low. And feel free to hit that subscribe button and turn it from red to gray, and like this video if you enjoyed yourself. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much, and have a thrilling day.